Today we're doing a number of activities to do with biodiversity, looking at bugs and butterflies and bees and bats and birds. We started all off with a little bit of a basic food web game where everything's linked together by way of the story of everything within the food web, and that's the ball of string game that you saw earlier. After the ball of string game, we did some activities which involved insects in trees. A very simple activity where you put down either a sheet, or in my case just my coat, shake the branch a little bit without breaking the tree, and get the kids to look closely at what insects come out of the trees. Older kids can do activities based on that, on basic statistics, where they can look at different species of tree and decide which species of tree is best for the variety and number of insects. After the insects and trees activities, we did a very simple activity called Bat Moth, which is a bit of an icebreaker about bats, explaining how bats use echolocation. It's basically a version of Marco Polo, where one of the children will say bat and the other one will say moth, and they try to catch each other using their hearing rather than straight eyesight. After that activity, we did some more looking at bugs in log piles by literally just turning over some log piles, seeing what we could find, again popping the bugs back into little containers so that they could be passed around so all the kids could see without any harm occurring to the bugs, but also so the kids get a first-hand experience at looking at things. And I suppose that's what's often important in confining things from inside to outside. Inside they can be surfing on the internet, they can be heading down the Amazon, but that's a second-hand experience. They can come outside, they can touch, they can feel things. They were making their own little wildflower meadow before by making mud pies and messing around with the seeds and the muds and then throwing it. And even just the feel of the texture of the soil in their hand is good for them. One of the other activities we did which involved texture was back onto the trees, where we did just a basic bark rubbing. It was a miter activity, and then they went around and did what I call an emu bob, which is going around and just finding little things from the ground, from trees, that they could stick on their miters back in the classroom. I think outside gives a more sensory experience. So kids are in the classroom every day of the week to do things from maths to their English and all the rest. To go outside gives a first-hand experience where they're able to touch, feel, part and do, and become more involved with things outside. And in some ways it's a much more natural learning curve, in that it doesn't have to be as structured as within the classroom scenario. It can be a little bit more open, a little bit more free, and that's always an easier way to learn.
I prefer to learn outside. Outside it's sunny, and you could if you have your lunch outside, it's like a picnic.